Hello happy crocheters, this is Lindsay from windingroadcrochet.com and today I'm going to show you how to make this cute ear warmer. If you like this tutorial, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. For this project, you're going to need a size 4 or weight 4 yarn. Worsted weight acrylic is what I am using. I'm actually using Red Heart with Love. I'm using a size H 5mm crochet hook, scissors, and a yarn needle. This is the ear warmer we're going to be making. This is the baby size. I'm going to show you how to make the child size and the adult size. It's worked in 3 parts. This first part here, second part is the cross in the middle, and then the third part is right at the end. So you're going to see part 1, part 2, and part 3 on the top of the screen. To get started, I am making an adult size, but I'll give you the instructions for the child size as well. I made a slip knot and I'm going to insert my hook. For the adult size, I am going to chain 15, and for a child size, you can chain 13. Once your chain is made, now we are going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. I am going to work in the back bumps, but you can work into this chain any way that is comfortable for you. But we're going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook and in every chain across. So for the adult size, I will have a total of 14 single crochets, and for the child size, you'll have a total of 12 single crochet. When you reach the end of row 1, we are going to chain 1 and turn. Chain 1, turn our work. This row we are working single crochets, but we're working them in the back loop only. So take your hook, find the V at the top of your stitch, go down the center of that V and out the back so that only one loop is over your hook. Yarn over and pull up a loop and complete your single crochet. Working in the back loops only is what will give our ear warmer a nice ribbed texture. So you'll single crochet in the back loop only of every stitch across. You're going to repeat row 2 until you have a total of the rows you need for the size you are making. For the adult size, we're going to repeat row 2 until we have 26 rows. For the child size, we're going to repeat row 2 until we have 22 rows. And just so you know, for every part in this project, we work the same number of rows. So I made it to the end of row 2. I'm going to chain 1 and turn and simply repeat row 2 by working a single crochet in the back loop only of every stitch across. You can find on the written pattern a total of 5 sizes if these sizes don't work for you. I am making the adult size here, so I have completed 26 rows, and now we're ready to move on to part 2. You may notice in the written pattern at the top of the screen we say part row 1A. That's because we're going to be working the set of rows twice. So go ahead and chain 1 and turn, and for the adult size we are going to single crochet in the back loop only of the first 7 stitches. We only want to work half of this row. That means for the child size you are going to work a total of 6 single crochets in the back loop only, because that's what will be half of the child size row. Once I have my 7 stitches worked, I'm going to chain 1 and turn. Remember, 7 stitches for the adult, 6 for the child size. Now I'm just simply going to single crochet in the back loop only in every stitch across. And I'm going to repeat this row 2 for part 2 until I have the total number of rows I need. For the adult size, again, I'm working a total of 26 rows in just this part 2. Or for the child size, you would work a total of 22 rows just for part 2. So just keep repeating row 2 until you've reached the size you need. Here I've completed my 26 rows for part 2 for the adult size. So I've completed the 26 rows for part 2, the first side, and we are going to go ahead and fasten off. You want to make sure your yarn ends are on separate sides of the project because we are going to need to have them there when we do part 3. But now I'm going to flip over my work and I want to basically continue row 1 of part 2. You are going to see me label it as part 2 row 1B because we're just repeating this on the opposite side. So I made a slip knot, inserted my hook. I'm going to find that first stitch that we did not work. I'm going to insert my hook in the back loop only, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and create a single crochet. This is called a standing single crochet. Now I'm simply going to single crochet in every stitch across. Again, this row should have a total of 7 stitches for the adult size and 6 stitches for the child size. And we're simply going to repeat what we did on the other side. We're going to finish this row. We're going to chain 1 and turn. And then we're going to single crochet in the back loop only of every stitch across. So you can see how we're making 2 pieces of fabric here. So chain 1, turn, and single crochet in the back loop of every stitch across. Continue repeating this row until you have a total of 26 rows for the adult size or 22 rows for the child size. I've completed the second row, and you will notice that my work is on that center section here. That is where we want it to be, in the center. And now we're going to go ahead and start row 3. In the first row of row 3, we are going to join these 2 strands together. So what we're going to do is end up crossing them, working the top of the strand of the row we're on. So I'm going to single crochet in the back loop of these 7 stitches. Again, it would be 6 stitches for the child size. When we reach the end of this row, we're going to find our other piece, make sure they're both crossed, and we're simply going to continue single crocheting right into that next piece. So find your first single crochet, insert your hook in the back loop only, yarn over, pull up a loop, and single crochet. And then continue working single crochets in every stitch across. Now our ear warmer is joined again, and all we have to do is add a little bit more length to finish up the ear warmer. So this is row 1 of part 3. As I said before, every part has the same number of rows. So all we are going to do is continue repeating row 1 until we have a total of 26 rows for the adult size or 22 rows for the child size. So from here you just have to chain 1 and turn and single crochet in the back loop only of every stitch across. And then just keep repeating that row. Once your rows are worked, go ahead and fasten off, leaving about 12 inches. I almost didn't leave myself enough, so leave yourself a little more than I did. Yarn over and pull through the last loop on your hook to fasten off. We're going to take our 2 ends and pull them together. And then we are going to use a yarn needle and sew the 2 ends together with a whip stitch. You can sew this together in any way you like, but I do like to use a whip stitch. When you get all the way down to the other side, I just knot my 2 yarns in together, and then using your yarn needle again, go ahead and weave in your ends I like to weave them back and forth 3 times, as that tends to make it survive in the washing machine better. And there you have it. Just finish weaving in your other yarn ends, and then your crisscross ear warmer is completed. I think it has a really pretty, nice texture. It's very stretchy, and that cross right above your forehead just looks so pretty. So I hope you enjoyed the video tutorial, and you'll check out my other video tutorials. And let me know in the comments below what's your favorite winter accessory to make. And as always, thank you so much for watching.